Van manufacturers are hiding sensors in places you'd never think to look, and they're not telling you why. In the next 10 minutes, I'm showing you how campervans are becoming full smart home ecosystems on wheels. You'll see automation that most people don't even have in their houses yet. And by the end, you'll understand why one specific sensor integration is going to change how we think about off-grid living entirely. This isn't science fiction. These vans are already in production. Right now, living in a van means constantly monitoring everything manually. You're checking battery voltage every morning, guessing how much water you have left, wondering if your fridge is actually maintaining temperature or slowly dying. You wake up at 2 a.m. because the heater ran out of propane, or you find out your lithium batteries are damaged because the temperature dropped below freezing and nothing warned you. You're living in a 40-foot smart home with automated everything. Then you downsize to a van, and suddenly you're back to reading gauges like it's 1,987. 2,026 vans are fixing that gap. From the outside, it looks like a standard Mercedes Sprinter 144 wheelbase, matte gray wrap, low-profile roof. But there's one detail that gives it away. A small cellular antenna mounted near the rear vent fan. That's the first clue. This van is networked. Every system inside is connected to a central controller that talks to your phone, learns your patterns, and manages resources automatically. The solar panels on the roof aren't just collecting power. They're communicating with the battery management system in real time to optimize charging based on weather forecasts it pulls from the internet. This is what happens when van builders start thinking like software engineers. The bed platform has integrated climate control tied to occupancy sensors. When you climb into bed, the system detects body heat and adjusts the diesel heater to maintain your preferred sleep temperature. If you get up in the middle of the night, motion sensors trigger low-level LED strips so you're not fumbling for a switch. The mattress itself has temperature regulation zones. You set your preference once, and it remembers. In the summer, it adjusts fan speed based on interior humidity levels. In the winter, it preheats the bed 15 minutes before your typical sleep time based on your routine from the previous week. You're not programming any of this. The system is learning, but the sleeping area is just the start. The real shift happens in the kitchen. The induction cooktop connects to the battery management system and knows exactly how much power you have available. If you're running low, it limits wattage automatically so you don't kill your batteries cooking dinner. The fridge has smart temperature monitoring that alerts you if the compressor is failing or if the door wasn't closed properly. It tracks food inventory through weight sensors in each compartment. Your phone tells you when you're low on eggs or when that chicken has been in there for 5 days. The water system has flow sensors at every tap. You see real-time usage data. The system calculates how many days of water you have left based on your average consumption and suggests when to refill. No more guessing. Most people won't care about this next feature until they're boondocking for a week. The workspace has automated lighting that adjusts color temperature based on time of day. Morning light is cooler to wake you up. Evening light shifts warmer to reduce eye strain. The system monitors your laptop battery and can trigger the inverter to turn on only when you're actively working, then shut off when you close the lid. There's a cellular signal booster integrated into the roof that automatically connects to the strongest available network and creates a Wi-Fi mesh inside the van. Upload and download speeds are displayed on your phone. If connectivity drops below a certain threshold, the system logs the GPS coordinates so you know to avoid that spot next time. You're not managing technology, it's managing itself. Here's where it gets unexpectedly useful. Every storage compartment has magnetic sensors that track when doors are opened and closed. The system creates a heat map of which storage areas you access most frequently and suggests reorganizing based on your patterns. If you're constantly opening the same overhead cabinet, the app will tell you to move that stuff lower. Drawer weight sensors track how full each compartment is and warn you if you're approaching payload limits before you even start driving. There's also RFID tracking for critical gear like first aid kits, tools, and emergency supplies. Lost your multi-tool? The app tells you which drawer it's in. This sounds excessive until you're trying to find something at midnight in the rain. The bathroom is where this technology actually makes a difference. The wet bath has automated ventilation that kicks in the second it detects humidity above a certain threshold. Mold prevention isn't something you think about, It just happens. The cassette toilet has a fill-level sensor that gives you a warning 2 days before it needs emptying based on current usage rates. The shower has a flow meter that tracks water consumption per session and gives you real-time feedback. You set a target, say 2 gallons per shower, and it alerts you when you hit that limit. Not to shame you, but to keep you aware when you're off-grid and every gallon matters. The gray water tank has the same monitoring. You always know exactly where you stand. And here's the part that's going to make purists uncomfortable. Smart home integration in camper vans is making people worse at actually living off-grid. When your van manages everything for you, you stop understanding how the systems work. Your battery dies and you don't know why, because you never learned to read voltage under load. You run out of water because you trusted an algorithm instead of paying attention. Technology should augment your skills, not replace them. I think these systems are incredible for convenience, but they're creating a generation of van lifers who can't troubleshoot basic problems without an app. Some people will disagree with this, and honestly, they should. Maybe I'm just old school, but let me know in the comments if you think full automation is progress, or if we're losing something important. Let's talk about what this actually costs. A fully integrated smart van system adds between $8,000 and $15,000 to a build. That includes the central controller, sensors, cellular connectivity, and professional installation. You need a quality battery bank and solar setup to support it, which is another $10,000 to $20,000. A complete 2026 smart van build is going to run you anywhere from $90,000 to $130,000 depending on the base vehicle and customization level. That's luxury SUV money. The trade-off is complexity. More sensors means more potential failure points. You're dependent on software updates. And if the central system fails, you need to know how to bypass it and run everything manually. This isn't a budget build, and it's not for people who want simplicity. There's one sensor integration that doesn't get talked about enough, and it's going to fundamentally change off-grid travel. Predictive maintenance. The system monitors voltage drops, unusual current draw, and component performance patterns. It knows when your alternator is starting to fail before it actually dies. It detects when your water pump is drawing more power than normal, which means the impeller is wearing out. It tracks how many hours your diesel heater has run and schedules maintenance intervals automatically. Instead of catastrophic failures on the road, you get warnings weeks in advance. You replace parts during scheduled maintenance, not in a parking lot at midnight. This is the same technology Tesla uses for their fleet vehicles, and it's just now making it into camper vans. If you have friends who are building out vans right now, send them this video. Not because they need to go full smart home, but because they should at least know what's possible. Most people are still installing basic battery monitors and calling it done. Meanwhile, the technology exists to automate 80% of van life management and make off-grid living genuinely easier. You don't have to go all in on sensors and automation. But if you're spending 6 figures on a build anyway, adding a few thousand for smart systems might be the difference between constantly troubleshooting problems and actually enjoying your time on the road. This information could save someone a lot of frustration down the line. Here's the takeaway. Smart home technology in camper vans isn't about gadgets for the sake of gadgets. It's about turning your mobile home into a system that works with you instead of against you. The best implementations are invisible. You don't think about battery management or water conservation because the van handles it. You just live. By 2026, this won't be a luxury feature. It'll be standard in mid-range builds. The question isn't whether vans will get smarter. It's whether you want to be an early adopter or wait until the technology matures. Next time, I'm breaking down a fully autonomous climate control system that uses machine learning to predict your heating and cooling needs based on weather patterns and your behavior. No programming required. Would you trust a smart system to manage your off-grid resources? Or do you prefer manual control? Comment below. I'm genuinely curious where people stand on this.